Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good afternoon and welcome back. In the last lecture, we have seen about the ring theory. What is the another abstract structure in the algebra? If you remember, in the last academic year, we have seen about the group theory in detail. Now today, after studying the basics of ring theory, ideals, subrings, etc., now we are going to proceed to study something more, some advanced part of ring theory, and I will talk about characteristic ring and all that in this today's lecture. And in the studio I have with me my dear friend Rajesh Thakkar. I welcome him and request to deliver his lecture. Sir, please.
Very good afternoon. Friends, we had a look at ring theory part 1 in the last episode. મિત્રો આજકાલ આપણને ખબર છે એમ હિન્દી ફિલ્મોની સિક્વલ બનાવવાની ફેશન ચાલી છે. આજે રિંગ થિયરીની સિક્વલ લઈને અમે આવ્યા છીએ. સો વી આર અપ્રોચિંગ ટુ રિંગ થિયરી પાર્ટ 2. જેમ આપણે ગઈ વખતે વાત કરી હતી એમ એબ્સ્ટ્રેક્ટ એલ્જિબ્રાની સૌથી મોટી વિશેષતા એ છે કે એમાં ખૂબ જ સુંદર લોજિકલ પ્રૂફ્સ આપણી પાસે હોતી હોય છે. અને આજે ફરી થોડી વધારે લોજિકલ પ્રૂફ સાથે આપણે રિંગ થિયરી પાર્ટ 2નો અભ્યાસ કરવાના છીએ. બટ વી બિગિન વિથ અ રીકેપ. જલ્દી આપણે યાદ કરી લઈએ કે આપણે ફર્સ્ટ પાર્ટમાં શું જોયું હતું. સૌથી પહેલાં આપણે એક આઈડિયા લીધો હતો કે રિંગ થિયરી શેના વિશે છે. જેમ આપણે વાત કરી હતી એમ મેથેમેટિક્સની એક અગત્યની બ્રાન્ચ છે એબ્સ્ટ્રેક્ટ એલ્જિબ્રા, અને એબ્સ્ટ્રેક્ટ એલ્જિબ્રામાં રિંગ થિયરી એક ખૂબ જ અગત્યનો ટૉપિક છે. આપણે આગળ જોઈએ તો પહેલાં આપણે જલ્દી ડેફિનેશન્સ યાદ કરવી છે. સૌથી પહેલાં ગ્રુપની ડેફિનેશન યાદ કરીએ. ગ્રુપ એકચ્યુઅલી એક નોન એમ્પ્ટી સેટ છે જેમાં એક બાઇનરી ઓપરેશન ડિફાઇન થયેલું છે. આ બાઇનરી ઓપરેશન જો 4 કન્ડિશન્સને સેટિસ્ફાય કરે, then and only then we say that G is a group under star. These 4 properties are closure property. Closure property says that whenever 2 elements are inside G, even A star B should be inside G. Second property is associativity, which says that if A, B and C are the 3 elements inside G, then A star into bracket B star C must be equal to bracket A star B star C. So you should take any order, then also product of A, B and C should be the same. Third condition says that there must be an existence of an identity element in a group. That means there must be an element which if taken along with any other element, then you are getting the same element. So you can say that you take any A in a group G, then A star, that identity element must be A only. And finally, the existence of inverse elements. For any element A, there must be some another element, say A inverse, such that whether you take A star A inverse or A inverse star A, you must be getting an identity. So this is a group. We had a definition of a ring as well. Now this is a double bonanza. We have a ring R. It's again a non-empty set, but this time 2 operations, plus and dot, as we could see last time. And this time there are exactly double 8 conditions. If these 8 conditions are satisfied, then we'll say that R is a ring under plus and dot. Let us recall that plus and dot are basically the 2 operations. So when we say plus, we never mean the usual addition, and when we say dot, it's not the usual multiplication. Plus is actually the first operation, dot is in fact the second operation. We should say first operation and second operation because both the operations are not exactly at the same level. First operation is more important in a ring, so that is denoted by plus. So again the definition says that 3 conditions must be there. First condition is that R should be a commutative group under plus. It seems like a single condition, but it contains 5 conditions. When we say group, that means 4 conditions, and commutative group under plus, that means 5 conditions. Again, dot is closed and associative, so 2 more conditions, and finally dot is distributive over plus. So in all there are 8 conditions. We had a division ring. again a higher version of a ring. Division ring has 10 conditions. R is a commutative group under plus, so 5 conditions. Even non-zero elements of a ring should form a group under dot as well, so 4 conditions of a group, so 5 and 4, 9, and again dot is distributive or plus. So a division ring has 10 properties. Next is a super ring, we can say filled. Filled is having the highest number of conditions, 11 conditions, and filled is very generous to dot as well. Normally rings favor plus, but filled doesn't have any prejudice for plus. So 11 conditions this time, 5 for plus, 5 for dot, and 1 common for both. So the set must be a group under plus, of course a commutative group under plus. Then non-zero elements of the set must be a group, commutative group again under dot, so 5 more conditions, and dot being distributive over R, over plus in R, so 11th condition. So filled is a big thing. And one more equivalent thing was integral domain, again 11 conditions, 10 conditions similar to what we had in a field, but one condition is different, like we did see in the first episode. So integral domain has 11 conditions again. R is a commutative group under plus, dot is close, associative, commutative, and has identity element. So an important condition missing here, that is the inverse elements for dot, but then it has tried to compensate by the next new condition that R should not have any zero divisors. So filled and integral domain are neck to neck as such, though we could see in the first part that filled is a little higher thing. So if we see the next slide, we can see that there is a very famous result that every field is an integral domain, though the converse of this result is not true. And a popular example is Z, set of integers. It is an integral domain, but it's not a field. So field is a bit higher than what integral domain has to offer. Though if we add a little correction in integral domain, then it becomes a field. Correction is the finiteness. If the integral domain is finite, then it is a field. So if there are finite sets, then the concept of a field and concept of an integral domain are equivalent. Okay, so this is what we did see in part 1. And now we proceed to part 2. We begin with the first definition. It is a characteristic of a ring. Idea of a characteristic is a bit similar to the concept of order of an element in group theory. The definition says that a positive integer n is said to be the characteristic of a ring R if it is the smallest positive integer such that na equal to 0 for each element a of R. We'll have to understand this definition. So let us see, we have an explanation here. Suppose R is a ring. So we have a set R with say elements A, B, C, D and so on. Okay, if we want to find out the characteristic of this ring R, then we start with say first element A. We see what is A equal to. If A is not an identity element for plus, so if A is not 0, then we'll find out what is 2A. When we say 2A means A plus A. Let us again recall that when we say A plus A, this plus is the first operation on a ring. It is not the usual addition. Okay, if that is not 0, we go to 3A. 3A is A plus A plus A. Suppose this is 0, we'll stop here. We know that if 3A is equal to 0, then naturally 6A will be 0, because 3A is equal to, 6A is equal to 3A plus 3A. Since 3A is 0, this 3A is 0, so it is 0. So when 3A is 0, 6A has to be 0. Similarly, 9A has to be 0. So all multiples of 3 will give 0. Once we are through the first element A, we'll start with the another element B. Suppose B is not a 0 element, we'll find out 2B. 2B is again B plus B. Okay, if it is not 0, we'll look at 3b. If 3b is not 0, we'll look at 4b. Suppose 4b is 0. Now if 4b is 0, then all multiples of 4 will give 0. So 8b, 12b, all this will be 0. So that is for a and b. If it is done, we'll go to the next element, that is c. Again the same story. Suppose c is not 0, then we'll find out 2c, 3c, 4c, and so on. Whenever we'll get 0 for the first time, we'll just observe that all multiples of that number will give 0. So if 5c is 0 for the first time, then 10c, 15c, all will be 0 again. Okay, so these are the three elements, and we can see that it's a long calculation. I mean, we'll have to, if R is a bigger set, then it is really difficult to do this process. What we do next is, again, let us see in our calculations, we had 3a, 6a, 9a, all were 0. Over here 4b, 8b, 12b, all were 0. Here for c, we had 5c, 10c, all were 0. Okay, suppose we assume for the time being that we have only three elements, say a, b and c. Then we can see that what is the common number which gives 0 with all. Say here multiples of 3 comes, here multiples of 4 comes, here multiples of 5 are coming. So we'll have to take LCM of 3, 4 and 5. Okay, whatever is the LCM of 3, 4 and 5, say 5 12s are 60. So if 60 is the LCM of 3, 4 and 5, that means 60 is a number which gives 0 with all. So 60a will be 0, similarly with b and with c. So this is the first number, the smallest number we can say, which gives 0 with all elements. So we'll say that the characteristic of a ring is this number. So that way it's a very tiring effort to find out the characteristic of a ring, because we have to check every element and we have to see which number gives 0 and what other numbers are giving 0. So it's a very tiring effort in sorts. So there is an example. I suppose in the previous slide we can see that by chance such an integer does not exist, then we say that the characteristic of a ring is either 0 or infinite. So it is not necessary that every time we shall be finding out such a number. We can take an example where we have a characteristic. So this is an example. Z6 is a set with the operation plus modulo 6 and dot modulo 6, and we can see that the element 1, if we start with element 1, then we can see that 6 into 1 is 6, and since the operation is plus modulo 6, 6 is equivalent to 0. So 6 gives 0 with 1. If we look at element 2, then we see that 3 with 2 gives 0. If we take element 3, then we can say that 2 with 3 gives 0. Okay, so if we take the LCM of all such numbers, then we can see that the characteristic of a ring is 6. Again, as we were referring to, it is not necessary every time that we will be finding out such an element. We'll take one example where the story is little different. Suppose we take a ring Z. So we see on a tabletop that we are taking Z. Okay, now Z is a set of integers and we know that it's a ring. So we have all integers. Here the official, identity element for plus is our normal 0, the number 0. Okay, now let us take an element 5. So we know that 5 is not equal to 0. Then we'll take 2 into 5. Now 2 into 5 is 5 plus 5. We know that it's 10 and not 0. Then we'll take 3 into 5. 3 into 5 is 5 plus 5 plus 5, it is 15, and we know that it's not 0. We know that even if we continue till infinite steps, we are never going to get any n into 5 to be 0. This is never going to happen. If this never happens, that means we cannot get a characteristic of a ring. So this ring Z has a characteristic 0, or you can say infinite. So we come back to our characteristic part on the presentation.
You can see on the slide.
We can see on the presentation that the first result, which says that if you feel that characteristic is a very tough affair, or a very hard thing to deal with, then there is a shortcut. The result says that the characteristic of a ring R with unity is n if n is the smallest positive integer with n into 1 equal to 0. Let us interpret what does this result means. As we were discussing in the definition of a characteristic, we have to check every element before deciding about the characteristic. But many times, we have seen that it is not possible. Suppose a ring R has say 200 elements, then we'll have to check 200 elements before deciding about the characteristic. I remember a story of small villages. આપણે જોયું છે ઘણીવાર સ્મોલ વિલેજીસમાં જૂના જમાનામાં જ્યારે ઇલેક્શન્સ આવતી ત્યારે એવું બનતું કે આખા ગામને કોઈ પોલિટિકલ જે કેન્ડિડેટ હોય એ સમજાવવા ન જતો, કારણ કે જૂના સમયમાં ખાલી જે સરપંચ કહે એવું આખું ગામ કરે એવો ટ્રેન્ડ હતો. એટલે જો આપણે કોઈક નાનકડા ગામના વોટ જોઈતા હોય તો ખાલી સરપંચને રાજી કરી લેતા. સરપંચ જો કોઈ પોલિટિકલ પાર્ટીને યસ કહી દે તો આખા ગામના વોટ એ પાર્ટીને મળતા. A similar situation is here. આપણે પણ રિંગના બધા જ એલિમેન્ટ્સ જોવા પડે જો આપણે એની કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક ડિસાઇડ કરવી હોય તો. પણ જો રિંગમાં એક સ્પેશિયલ એલિમેન્ટ 1 આવેલો હોય, 1 ઇઝ અ યુનિટી એલિમેન્ટ, તો આપણે બીજા કોઈ એલિમેન્ટ્સને ચેક કરવાની જરૂર નથી. એલિમેન્ટ 1 એ આપણા માટે સરપંચ છે રિંગનું. ખાલી જો એલિમેન્ટ 1 સાથે આપણે ચેક કરી લઈએ કે કયો એલિમેન્ટ 0 આપે છે, જો આપણને ખબર પડે કે 7 એવો નંબર છે કે 7 into 1 એ રિંગ માટે 0 થાય છે, તો આપણા માટે 7H કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક છે. સો ઇટ્સ અ બિગ રિલીફ એકચ્યુઅલી, કારણ કે સામાન્ય રીતે આપણે જ્યારે કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક શોધવાની હોય તો બધા એલિમેન્ટ્સ જોવાના હતા. હવે બધા એલિમેન્ટ્સ જોવાના જ નથી, માત્ર એક જ એલિમેન્ટ જોવાનો છે અને એ એલિમેન્ટ છે આઇડેન્ટિટી એલિમેન્ટ ફોર ડોટ, જેને આપણે યુનિટી એલિમેન્ટ કહીએ છીએ. સો ઇફ યુ હેવ યુનિટી એલિમેન્ટ then we don't have to do anything special.